Hi everyone. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys exactly how I day traded today. We start off with micro ES futures. This is what I traded today. Essentially it's the price of the S&P 500. For my chart setup, I'm using regular trading hours, not extended trading hours. For our indicators, I'm only using one. It's a VWAP line. Very simple. It's basically unadjusted. Here are the settings for it. And that's about it. We're going to be trading New York session today. It starts at 9:30 a.m. New York time. For me, it starts at 10:30 a.m. my local time. And it begins right here with our regular trading hours. First thing I do, we start off on the 5-minute time frame. I'll take my rectangle tool and I'll cover the first 3 5-minute candles that print from the lowest wick to the highest wick. And this box, it creates what I call our opening range. First thing we have to do is we have to wait for price to exit either the top or bottom of the opening range and print a candle body to tell us what direction price is heading in. And it happens below the opening range first. Price is also below the VWAP line as well. And the first type of setup that I look for once this happens, either the top or bottom, below or above the opening range, is I wait for a continuation setup to hopefully trade price as it continues in that direction. So once we get the candle body printing below the opening range and below the VWAP line, I'm going to wait for price to fall, and then I want to wait for price to pull back. This is what that looks like for me. So it's at least 2 consecutive candles in the opposite direction, which in this case is a bullish direction upwards. And that's what I need for price to pull back. A lot of times it'll either reach the VWAP line or even reach the opening range as well. And it might retest those areas. It didn't happen today, but it's still a valid pullback. And then after this, I want to see some kind of confirmation candle, I call it. So usually a strong, powerful candle in the direction that we want to trade in. After the pullback, we get this bearish candle right here, but this is not what I mean when I say a confirmation candle. Its candle body is fairly neutral because before the candle closed, it got pushed back up where it made a pretty decent wick at the bottom and a decently sized wick at the top and a pretty neutral candle body. So that was not good enough for me for a confirmation candle. The next time we get a bearish candle to the downside is this candle right here. So this candle has a pretty tall wick at the top, but that's okay because it tells us that price attempted to move upwards and bearish pressure pushed it down. And it has a fairly small candle wick at the bottom, which is okay. It's nothing major. It wouldn't consider it a neutral candle. And its candle body is fairly large, and it's also a bearish engulfing candle because it's larger than the most recent candle that's printed. So I decided to take a chance on this confirmation candle. It's not the prettiest one in the world, but I decided to take a chance on it. I felt as though price was going to be heading down today. So I entered on the close of that candle, and I took my stop loss and I pulled it up to the top of the pullback for a 10.25 point stop loss. I always trade a 1 risk to reward trade setup. So I pulled this down to make it a 1 risk to reward ratio. So a 10.25 point take profit. And then I simply waited. And this was, there was actually a good amount of drawdown right as I entered this trade. Price actually headed upwards. I was thinking maybe we're going to come into a loss here, but it actually stopped just a 1.5 points shy of my stop loss. And I was able to remain in this trade and ended up getting the win. So close call, but no risk management needed, and I was able to, like I say, come away with a win here on this trade. So that's a winning continuation short to the downside that I took today, and that's exactly how I day traded. Nothing more, nothing less, trying to keep things simple, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Maybe even tomorrow on Tuesday, we'll see. But thanks for watching.